Alright, second video of show and tell of handmade garments. It's going to be basically all knitwear, a little bit of crochet in this group. Last group I did was wovens and cut and sew knit. Now we're just going to do straight up knitwear, fully fashioned, where we knit the fabric as we're knitting the garment. Whereas cut and sew is like you have fabric and you cut it and then you sew it together. This, in knitwear, we actually knit the fabric while we're knitting the garment. It's kind of all happening at the same time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like. If you want to see more content, definitely check out my Instagram at EmilyKellerCO, where you'll find more fashion related stuff, pictures. I do some sketching pictures and other kind of fun content there. Let's get into it. I'm starting here with this sort of classic cable sweater. This is hand knit. I made this with knitting needles. This was for school. I made this in school in my study abroad program when I was in Milan. This is the back. You can see it just has some really nice cabling here. This is kind of my first shot at doing cabling. Since we had this sweater project, I was like, I just really want to learn how to do cables. So I kind of watched a video, just taught myself, and then incorporated these really intricate cables in this sweater. And this yarn I actually hand dyed as well with some kind of natural dye that comes from like a plant. I forget what it is. I'll have to find out what kind of dye this was. But this yarn, I bought it like cream undyed yarn. Yeah, I dyed it orange. And then you can actually see the collar is a slightly different color. This is the collar. So the collar is actually like this weird V shape. It kind of goes to a point at the back. And then at the front, it's like a shawl. The front is like this shawl collar here. But anyway, it's a different color because I didn't have enough yarn to finish it. So I actually had to buy more yarn, re-dye it, and then obviously when you re-dye something, it's just hard to get the exact same color, the exact same dye amount, or the exact same dye time, and the collar just came out darker because I dyed it separately. Yeah, and these are the sleeves. The sleeves have, I kind of did these textured stripes at the bicep, and then I did little elbow patch seed stitch detail as well. This is 100% wool. So it's hot. I'm already very hot right now. I'm going to be sweating even more. But you can kind of see the shawl collar has these toggle type buttons. Yeah, kind of like that. It's a little too big for me. Oh yeah, here's the kind of pointy back collar. So that was fun. That was a fun thing to knit. This was not for school, but this is something I crocheted. I think just like for fun or something. It's just like a little bikini top out of furry chenille, soft furry chenille yarn. Kind of see. With scalloped edges and a halter top, and it just ties in the back. Definitely can't go swimming in it because it is not swimwear material. This is a serious hand knit piece. This is really heavy. This is 100% merino wool. I hand knitted this with knitting needles as well. This was for school. This was for my final project my senior year. This is the center back. So this is kind of a mix of cabling. So this is cabling here plus intarsia. So that's why you see the colors as well. The color changing. So I did cabling and then I also did intarsia to get the different colors. And I did kind of this weaving effect that goes up into the shoulder basically. These are the sleeves here. The whole sleeve is cabling intarsia. But instead of like cabling just like one twist, I made the whole sleeve just continual twisting. And where the top layer is this color, this kind of marled color, and then the underside is mustard. Probably some dust mites in here. Yeah, I'll try this one on too. This is so heavy. It's not a very practical coat, but it's dramatic for sure. There we go. Ooh, it's a nice coat. Actually fits me pretty well. The sleeves are like a good length for me. You can see these sleeves are like, these are like serious sleeves. The back, it's kind of cropped. You can see it's like very, very cropped. Just open front. Kind of see there, that's better. What? It's a cool coat, for sure, very cool coat. Very intense. So along with the coat, it was kind of like a whole outfit. I made, oh, here's a corset again. If you saw my last video with the woven corset, you know that that did not go so well. I made this knit corset, you know, a year later, 2 years later, a year later, I guess. This knit corset turned out actually really nice. This is kind of the whole thing. It zips at the center back, but it has boning. This one I knitted, so that coat was hand knit with knitting needles. This was done on a stole machine where you kind of program in the fabric. This was actually an interesting mix of done on stole machine, but I actually sewed so that I knitted fabric panels and then I actually cut and sewed this. So this should technically be in my first video, but it's not. It's gonna go with, because it's part of a whole outfit, I'm gonna keep it in this video. So on the outside, here's the boning. You have the boning here. There's, I think I just put metal boning inside. You can actually see the serging and the sewing that I did on each of these seams. But phew, this was much more successful than my first corset go. There's the center back with the zipper. It's like very clean in the back. It's cool, it's really nice. And then yeah, hopefully there should be some pictures I'm sharing showing the outfit on the runway. This is the corset with the jacket, and then the skirt. Here's the skirt. For the runway, the skirt was actually cinched up in the front. Right now I actually took it out, so it's just completely like straight and long, like ankle length. But for the runway show pictures I have, it was like kind of scrunched up in the front. I think that was something that my teacher recommended. Somebody recommended that, so I did it. I didn't personally love it. I actually liked it better ankle length, so I just like undid the shirring or scrunching. So this is made of viscose, and it's very like bouncy and stretchy. It has this really nice drape to it, and it moves really nice when there's like movement. It's just really pretty. And the stitch is pretty intricate. It's definitely kind of see-through. But the fabric, so I basically designed not only the skirt, but also the fabric. The fabric is something that I developed and knit. It's really pretty. You can see better down at the bottom where there's more gold because it's more contrasty. Than up here where there's more purple. But really pretty, really good like drape and movement. This I didn't necessarily make for school. I just made this for fun after I'd finished school. I don't remember exactly, but this is a kind of like a tube top. And then it has these 3 straps that go around the back. And I was trying to make this like also adjustable. So you can see even here where I put all these little tubes like in this end of the strap on each end. So this can completely come off. But in each end there's all these sections where I can put the G hook. So you can actually make it adjustable. It can hook here, or it can hook like way further in and be much tighter. Yeah, like these are hooked further in. Yeah, so it's like a little tube top. Little adjustable tube top. Sort of like a matching skirt. This skirt is also kind of racy. So the skirt has the same concept here in the waist, where it's like an adjustable waist. You can kind of like use the G hook and hook it in a few different places. And it's also kind of scandalous a little bit. It has kind of these open areas in the hip. You kind of see your hip skin or something underneath if you want. Yeah, it's kind of like open here on the sides. You can kind of see. And then it's just sort of a long skirt. And these are made of cotton. These are like a cotton elastic. When I open it, you can really see there's like purple elastic in there. I also made this intarsia sweater. This is also merino wool. This was, I think, the first thing I made on a stole machine. This is inspired by sand. I can also find the collection that I sketched that was part of, before designing this. But you can kind of see like it's inspired by sand and it has kind of like a sand vibe. Let's see, I'll try it on really quick. Yeah, it's just like a nice simple sweater, no closure, just simple sweater and intarsia. It's kind of cute. Last thing I'm going to show is this sweater that I made. This is on my machine here at home, sort of like my hand domestic machine. It's all merino wool, and I just did this really textured spiky stitch. Kind of looks like little spikes everywhere. And I also lined it also in knit in a stripe on the inside. The actual sweater is kind of like in a braided, it's strips that are braided. Let's see if I can find. So that's the bottom, this is the top. I don't know if you can see these strips that are sort of braided together. It's hard to see, but my sketches, I'll show some sketches I think where it's easier to kind of see what's happening, but they're just straight strips that are lined and 3 strips that are braided together and create kind of like this shrug type style. There's the arm. Yeah, that's sort of it. You wear it like this. Ooh. And that's it. That's the last thing I'm going to show. Oh, and the most recent one that I knitted that I should definitely show, which is still not 100% finished, but it's getting there, is the this Manhattan sweater that I've been working on for probably 2 years. It's a good reason to do not ask me to make you a sweater, because it will take me 2 years or more to finish it. But here, this is the latest one that I like made myself, was this Manhattan sweater. It's like a 2-color birdseye jacquard in navy and in black, and it has this kind of subtle map of Manhattan on the front of it. It's kind of cool. There's a close-up of the Hudson River. That's the Hudson River with the thick blue line. Yeah. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked seeing all the garments that I've made, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Let me know below what was your favorite garment. Mine is definitely my runway look, my chunky twisting sleeve sweater, or the Manhattan one that I've made most recently. That one's really pretty too. Let me know what your favorite is below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Follow me there, where I post other things, pictures of sketching, things related to other things related to fashion, whatever else I feel like posting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.